Hey guys, welcome to Sippin' and Spillin' with Sid from 3 Mississippi. I hope you're having a good day. So I'm cleaning out the other side of the brooder right now, and trying to do it in a hurry because the farrier's coming to do Beulah's hooves at like 5:30, which means I gotta go catch her and stuff in a little bit. And I moved all the birds to this side. One of the ocelops got out and disappeared. Cannot find it anywhere. It went underneath and then nothing. Like I walked all around chirping, nothing. So that's fun. I'm hoping it'll hear these guys with the door open and maybe come back around. So far, no luck. We'll see. But I gotta get this set up. But you guys will see that in today's video in 3 Mississippi, on 3 Mississippi, I should say. I went and took the ducklings to the feed store. I gotta get in here and shuffle my feet. I know there's no good place to put you guys in here either, which is unfortunate, but that's life. But I know you can hear me, and I'll be there in a second. I have to get this stuff out of the corner. I was able to get the ducklings there, and they bought all the ducklings, and then they're just gonna sell them. They had rabbits there the other day. They've had, let's see, Orpingtons, and I think they had Easter eggers or Americanas and Easter eggers, and I forget what else they had, but now they have ducks. So I had to give them a quick lesson on ducks because they didn't know like what they needed to do. And I was like, well, don't give them antibiotic feed, and they need niacin, and you know, all that good stuff. So hopefully people get them that know what ducks are. We'll see. And apparently a few of the ducks that Mr. Leland bought from us a couple weeks ago, he's got a dog that I guess roams around there, and it got a couple of them, which is unfortunate. So he's down a few ducks now. But that's what happens though when you just have, you know, birds that you're essentially kind of just keeping in a wild area like that. You can't really control how they do. Some of them will thrive and some of them won't make it, and it's just kind of the way it is. But my turkeys are doing great over here, and I don't know if you guys can hear them or not, but they're going crazy right now. And I had another one. I was taking apart the incubator yesterday because the last bird had hatched like 2 days prior, and I thought, well, you know, the rest of these must be duds. It's been, you know, 2 weeks now of hatching stuff out in there, and I guess they're petered out, you know. I go to take the incubator apart, and I hear chirping in one of the eggs, and I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So put it all back together, and I didn't pull the other eggs because they're at that stage where right before they hatch, you know, the ones that I left in there, I had seen movement on and signs of life. So, but sometimes they still don't, you know, make it. So, which is unfortunate, but that's also nature. So sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and let them sit in there a little bit longer, and you know, nothing's stinking or smelling, which is a good sign. So, but I don't hear any other chirping, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Man, this is a bear to get out of here. When I get this flooring put in after this season with the birds, and we paint the inside, I'll be able to do sand and clean it like I do the coop. Because this is for the birds. I'm trying to get it in and out of this narrow door. Whew. Well, it literally is for the birds. See what I did there? Ah, I'm so clever. Anyway, that's life. And then these guys are going to be hard to catch now that they're in the big side, and there's not very many of them. So That's gonna be fun too. But we'll figure it out. I gotta kick some of this back. You really gotta use your feet when you're in here excavating. Oh, I found my other board. And I thought I got them all out, but I did not. I like to keep some boards in there for when I'm, another one. I thought I got them all. Oh, good gravy. Sometimes they're the same color as the shavings, and then it's hard to see where the boards are. Anyway, I like to keep some boards in there to go underneath the water, so that if it's number one, so that it stays level and keeps it up just a little bit out of the shavings. So in theory, they aren't knocking it over, and kind of, they still do, you know, some of your, when I had all the goslings in here and the ducklings in here, they were kind of making a mess of the water and dumping it here and there, even with the boards. But that's all right. I'm almost done. This is so good. Almost done. Almost done. But anyway, so just got to get this done, fill up the other side, and then go deal with the farrier and getting Beulah. Hopefully she's in a good mood. She was this morning, but you never know. And I realized when he called me today and said he was coming, that the spot I normally pull her over to, we moved the birds over to it. So I got to pull her to a different spot, and I'm still trying to figure out kind of ideally where that will be. There's another fence post for another fence line that's closer to her paddock that we haven't built that fence for around the garden. So I may tie her off on that, and let him do her hooves over there. So we'll see how it goes. But and then I gotta get some editing done for the video that you guys are going to see on 3 Mississippi today, because with the weather that we had this weekend, I didn't film anything. We had gotten off schedule last week because weather. And then, so we weren't able to film what we were going to film. And so then it kind of put me behind for filming and editing. And so anyway, I ended up having to edit on Saturday. And really all they did was a little bit of garden work, nothing really exciting. It was like just literally planting by hand. And so wasn't much I could film there anyway. Wasn't amazing material. But at least it would have been something. So we'll see. But the lambs are doing great, guys. They're still doing great. The one that I was a little bit worried about that had a little bit of diarrhea seems to have cleared up. So everybody's healthy and happy and doing good. And spring has sprung. Everything's popping up. The hostas that I planted are starting to do really well and pop up with new little shoots, and everything's going like gangbusters. So I got to finish this task and get ready for the farrier. And I need to check my phone, see if he texted me, because usually he'll text me when he's like 15 minutes out, and that should be enough time to like catch her, get her settled, you know, before he gets here. So anyway, guys, that's the news for today. I appreciate you. I hope you had a really good day. I got to get back to this fun chore, and I hope my missing bird that ran off into the sunset comes back. I have no idea. Weirdest thing ever. All right, guys, stay blessed, and safety's off.